I'm back again, once again, with another stimulus check update for you. Now, make sure you watch this video all the way through till the end. That way you don't miss out on a special bonus that I have in store for you too also as well. And we're also going to talk about an update on the negotiations about your next stimulus check, your second stimulus check, this next stimulus package. So today we're going to be talking about the next stimulus bill, phase 4. We have good news. We also have an agreement made, all right? Something approved, finally. And we're going to talk about rental assistance, $2,000 in rental assistance, and $2,000 in hazard pay. And we're also going to talk about a proposal from Senator Lindsey Graham for unemployment extension too also as well. So first up on the list, let's talk about the Lindsey Graham proposal. Well, basically, Senator Lindsey Graham was a senator Republican, proposed an extension of the weekly unemployment boost payments to Americans, not in the form of $600 per week, but what he is proposing is 100% actually a person that is unemployed, that got laid off, fired, furloughed, whatever, would get 100% of their wages paid to them in an unemployment check every week. So this kind of works out for two types of people. Okay, the first type of person is the person that was making more money on unemployment than they were on their job. Okay, so that takes care of the many people who were complaining about that. Okay, how it was unfair that people were sitting at home making more money on unemployment than there were at work. When you have all these essential workers, people working on the front lines, risking infections and catching a horrible disease, and not getting any type of hazard pay. While meanwhile, these people were sitting at home making more money than them on unemployment. So basically, that's one type of person. Okay, the second type of person is the person who was making more money on their job, and then they got unemployed, laid off, or furloughed, whatever, and then all of a sudden they're making less money than they were making on their job. Okay, now you have some unique situations like that where maybe someone was making $1,500 a week or $2,000 a week or more on their job, and all of a sudden they had to file unemployment because they got laid off, and now they're getting the $600 a week and extra unemployment, plus say New York state unemployment, which is about somewhere around $500 a week. So now they went from $2,000 a month, $2,000 a week, down to $1,000 a week in unemployment. So they can be happy now if Senator Lindsey Graham's proposal gets approved by the Senate, because they would be making 100% of their wages, which if they were making $2,000 before they got unemployed, then on unemployment, they will also be making the same money that they were making at work, $2,000 a week. So they would take no loss if they were used to living a certain type of lifestyle, incurred bills because of it, had to pay for this and pay for that, then they can continue living that type of lifestyle on unemployment. So that's the good news. It affects two types of people. Okay, the people that are complaining, it affects them in a positive way, because now they have nothing to complain about. And the people who are making more money on their job. Okay, the second type of person. So that's what we have. Will it get approved? I mean, who knows? It sounds very enticing. It sounds like a kind of halfway point to meet the Democrats on the $600 a week, and the other side, where the Republicans were proposing $200 a week. Okay, so this is some type of maybe possible middle ground, depending on how much money the person was making on their job. So next up, we have some more good news for you. We have rental assistance. So if you are having a hard time right now paying your rent because of the pandemic, I decided that I would share information about rental assistance and how you can get help paying your rent, or how you could get help paying your mortgage also as well with mortgage assistance. And also, we're going to deliver some news on Hazard Pay, but let's take care of the rental assistance first. New Orleans, Louisiana, Jefferson Parish actually is offering rental assistance. Jefferson Parish residents are now lining up to apply, to get their applications in. So if you live in that area, make sure that you get your application into also as well. So that way you also can get help with rental assistance. Now, second on the list, Montana is offering up to $2,000 a month. The way it works is that the resident has to pay 30% of the rent, okay, to qualify for that program. But you would get $2,000 a month from the state of Montana to pay for your rent. Michigan is also offering rental assistance. Anyone wants further details on it? I don't want to make this a long video. Like, I know I've been making quite long videos recently, but I'm trying to keep it short. So if you have any questions, want to know more on the details about Michigan, drop me a comment below. Or if you want to know about rental assistance, mortgage assistance, or any assistance programs in your state, let me know also down in the comments. Next up, we have Mayor Lori Lightfoot announced on July 27th, renters that are making 50% of the median income in their area would get 3 to 6 months of rental support between $2,000 all the way up to $3,000 in rental assistance, depending on their needs. Okay. Now we also have mortgage assistance too, also as well, coming from Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Again, if you want more information about that program, let me know inside of the comments, and I will definitely give more information for you. Next up, we have Hazard Pay. Governor Scott, governor from Vermont, says that residents that are making less than $25 an hour would get $1,200 or $2,000, depending on the hours that they worked between the middle of March and the middle of May. So that's some great, awesome news right there. That one is brand new right there. That plan is paying essential workers that really deserve the hazard pay. I know a lot of you has been asking about hazard pay. So we're getting more progress. More states are paying the hazard pay now. Okay, next up we have Pennsylvania. Governor Wolf says that workers that are making less than $20 an hour and worked and from between August 16th and October 24th of this year would get a $3 an hour increase in their pay, up to $1,200. Okay, so that's some awesome news there, guys. I mean, if you live in any of those states, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Montana, Louisiana, Michigan, or your mayor is Mayor Lori Lightfoot, you could be in luck right now. So there's something to look forward to while we're all waiting on our second stimulus check. Okay. And next up, what you've all been waiting for, we have an agreement. Okay. Something has been approved. All right. Agreed upon. All right. There has not been a vote yet, But as you all know, negotiations has been going on this week and all of last week too also as well. And we're going to get into it right now. Okay. Now, what we have here with negotiations between Republicans and Democrats progressing slowly, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi said on Monday that she's not willing to negotiate the amount of unemployment relief. She told CNN, I think that the number, the $600, is related more to the unemployment rate. If the unemployment rate goes down, then that number goes down as well. While Senate Republicans have proposed different cuts to the benefits, including a reduction to the $200 a week. Okay, they reduced it down to $200 a week in a proposal before transitioning to a 70% wage replacement wage, where they planned on replacing that person's wages at 70% of their wage later on. Okay, like October. President Trump on Friday, he signaled his support for the $600 checks. Okay, we already went over that announcement that President Trump made in the last video. McConnell on Tuesday said of the benefits, if you're looking for a total consensus among Republican senators, you're not going to find it. So we do have divisions about what to do. Okay. Now, we have a statement here from Mitch McConnell, right, who said today that he would support a bill that included the $600 weekly checks if the Democrats negotiating with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, agreed to it with the Trump administration. What am I hearing here? Is this the same Mitch McConnell who wanted to wait and see month after month after month before even sitting down and talking about another bill or sitting down and talking about a second stimulus check? This can't be the same Mitch McConnell, right? But according to all the news reports and outlets, it is. McConnell went on to say, wherever this thing settles between the President of the United States and his team that have to sign it into law and the Democrats, a not insignificant minority in the Senate and majority in the House, is something I'm prepared to support, even if I have some problems with certain parts of it. Okay? So now, that's some awesome news right there that Mitch McConnell had said that, when a few weeks before, he was totally against the $600 a week in unemployment, right? So even though it's a sign of compromise, agreement to also as well, and approval, but we got something approved by Mitch McConnell, the $600 a week in unemployment, progress is still slow, as a scheduled August recess for the Senate at the end of the week looms over the negotiations, making it increasingly unlikely a bill could be signed by then. Okay? So we all know the Democrats had already passed the HEROES Act back in the middle of May. Nancy Pelosi is pretty much sticking to her, she's sticking to her story pretty much. She's not compromising too much. But the good news is that we heard today from a Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer of the Democrats, who said that the Republicans made more concessions today. Concessions were made today on the Republican side and also on the Democrat side. So it tells us here that the negotiations are going very well. Also, Mark Meadows, Chief of Staff of the White House, said that today has been the most progressive day that they have made the most progress since they've been making these negotiations. And Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin also agreed with him too also as well. Now, we all know that 30 million Americans, they lost the $600 in unenhanced unemployment benefits after it expired on July 31st too also. So I I tried to make the video short today, and I did. I kept to my word, right? So now I'm going to give you my take on all of this. What I think about this is I believe that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, they were 100% right. I believe they were right about sticking to their, what they want, the $600 a week in unemployment. They were right about not compromising that, because the unemployment rate is very high right now. It has not gone down enough for them to lower the $600 a week in unemployment, right? And if all it takes is for President Trump and the White House administration to agree with the $600 a week in unemployment, then I think we got it. We got it, folks, because the president had already made an announcement yesterday expressing his support for the $600 a week in unemployment benefits. And he had also said that he's willing to use his executive powers of the White House, of the presidency, to continue the unemployment benefits and eviction moratoriums too also as well. So pretty much from what I get out of what Mitch McConnell had said today is that he will go along with whatever President Trump and the White House administration agrees on. Okay, so right now we have agreement from Trump for the unemployment benefits extension. We also have an agreement from Trump for the eviction moratoriums extensions. Right. We also have agreement from Trump on the $1,200 stimulus checks. OK, we have agreement from Trump on all of that. So that tells me that we have made a lot of progress. So now we have agreements on the eviction moratorium, the unemployment, the $600 a week boost, and the $1,200 stimulus checks. Right. And we know that Nancy Pelosi also still wants hazard pay for essential workers. Okay, she brought it up again today in an interview with reporters after the meeting that took place where they did the negotiations between Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, Mark Meadows, White House Chief of Staff. Okay, that took place today. The meeting was not as long as it was yesterday. It was about an hour and a half today. Okay, so we know this, right? And we also know that a few weeks back, Senator Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Senate, expressed his opposition to giving hazard pay for essential workers. Okay. But I believe that if Nancy Pelosi continues to stick to her guns, right, and not budge on the hazard pay for essential workers and the $600 in unemployment insurance, that I believe that's going to happen. Okay. Because right now the Republicans have their backs up against the wall. They're pushed up into the corner and they have nowhere to go right now. As far as these negotiations are concerned, they have no leverage. Republicans have no leverage whatsoever at all. Why? Because President Trump right now, one of his top priorities for him and his administration is to see his poll numbers go back up again. And we all know that he's losing in most of the swing states, if not all of them. And the majority of the polls that have come out in the past few weeks, including Fox News polls, they also have him losing. Okay. And they're supposed to be on Donald Trump's side, like all the time. They're cheerleaders for Donald Trump. But even they have to say the truth sometimes, right? So knowing all this, that's the reason, part of the reason why the Republicans' backs are up into the corner. Also, knowing how the Republicans have acted month after month after month, since the passing of the CARES Act back in March, how they kept continuing to delay negotiations over the second stimulus check for months, right? Coming up with all types of excuses, talking about they want to see the job numbers, they want to see how the economy does, all types of excuses. They don't believe that Americans need any help right now with stimulus checks. So my words to Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and the Democrats: keep doing what you're doing. It's working. You already got Mitch McConnell on board with the $600 in unemployment boost payments. Okay, keep doing what you're doing. Stick to your guns. Keep asking for that $3.5 trillion package, and we will get it. We will get it. Okay. So that's all I got for you. And make sure that you join our Facebook group so that way you can get more stimulus check updates. There's thousands of members there in the group. It's free to sign up. Just hit the down arrow over here. The description will open up. And you can join the group through the link while you're in the description. See other links there for free money and other helpful resources as well. Now, from all of us here at the How to Get an 800 Credit Score LLC family, stay safe, be blessed. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
My name is Lyndon Baptiste, and on this channel we talk about ways to increase your credit score, build credit, and get approved for the lowest payments on mortgages and lines of credit, travel the world for free, earn extra money with cash back. And if that interests you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. That way you'll never miss a single video as we make them.